Peter, NAFTA, our trade deal with Canada and Mexico, a source of ire and fire for President Trump when he was on the campaign trail. And there's a draft proposal that's out that was highlighted on the front page of the Wall Street Journal yesterday that describes it as the Trump administration signaling mostly modest changes to NAFTA. A draft proposal that would keep arbitration panels in place to circumvent the courts in civil claims and trade disputes, not dealing with rules about currency manipulation. I wanted to get your reaction to that because some lawmakers said, hey, wait a minute, this is not tough enough.
I read the press accounts of that letter, and all I can say is those press accounts are fiction. And I'm not really here to talk about that process other than to say that the administration is very anxious to get the process moving. The next step will be basically setting the clock on what they call the 90-day letter. And we look forward to a very good negotiation with first Mexico and Canada, and then down the road other countries like Japan, perhaps Great Britain. The president, when he signed the historic order basically getting us out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, he committed to the American people that we would be doing good, smart, tough bilateral trade deals with every one of our trading partners that wanted to play fair and reciprocally with us. And I want to get back to this omnibus order because...
Well, Peter, just really quickly, I just
sure.
want to ask you, because you said that the reports are fictions. Can you be specific? Like, what do you take issue with? Like, what was wrong then?
Well, you start with the headlines saying that we're somehow going to be soft in these things. It's just,
no, they said modest. It wasn't soft.
Well, the Wall Street Journal, I think, yesterday had some things. But my point here is this. If you look at what the letter did, it simply laid out something on the order of 24 or 25 areas of negotiation that we will be looking at. And one of them, which I think is one of the most important in the whole negotiation, will center around rules of origin. Why are rules of origin important? Rules of origin basically dictate how much of the products are made within the NAFTA zone. And right now, it's a relatively low number that's further eroded by loopholes in the rules of origin. What we need to do in this country is to get back our supply chain. If you think about it, we have these big boxes around the country which have logos on them with our biggest companies, and they've become assembly plants for foreign components. The jobs, the wages, both of these are in the supply chain rather than simply the big box. And so something like rules of origin can have a profound change in turning North America into basically an economic powerhouse. So on that alone, that's important. And on the arbitration issue, I want to make it clear, there's nothing in that letter that supports the current arbitration mechanism. So that was, I think, misreported.
Okay. Peter, good to see you, as always. And I will point out that at least that draft proposal on NAFTA would give the U.S. greater authority to impose tariffs if there's dumping, dumping of imports here in the United States. That's a big deal. That's tough.
Yes, it's tough. The Trump administration is going to be tough. We're going to be smart. We're going to do this. It's in the best interest of American workers and domestic manufacturers, the taxpayers of this country. And we think that we can have a great deal with Mexico in particular, because Mexico has been a serious problem for us, but we think we can turn that right around with the cooperation of the Mexican government, because it's in both countries' interest to become a regional economic powerhouse in this country.
Peter, good to see you. Thank you.
Yes.
Come back soon. Love to see you in studio. Peter Navarro.